Ladies and gentlemen, good day everyone, and welcome to Vipshop Holdings Limited's third quarter 2021 earnings conference call. At this time, I would like to turn the call to Ms. Jessie Zheng, Vipshop Head of Investor Relations. Please proceed.
Thank you, operator. Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining Vipshop's third quarter 2021 earnings conference call. With us today are Eric Shen, our co-founder, chairman, and CEO, and David Cui, our CFO. Before management begins their prepared remarks, I would like to remind you that the discussion today will contain forward-looking statements made under the safe harbor provisions of the U.S. Private Securities Litigation Reform Act of 1995. Forward-looking statements are subject to risks and uncertainties that may cause actual results to differ materially from our current expectations. Potential risks and uncertainties include, but are not limited to, those outlined in our safe harbor statements in our earnings release and public filings with the Securities and Exchange Commission, which also applies to this call to the extent any forward-looking statements may be made. Please note that certain financial measures used on this call, such as non-GAAP operating income, non-GAAP net income, and non-GAAP net income per ADS, are not presented in accordance with US GAAP. Please refer to our earnings release for details relating to the reconciliations of our non-GAAP measures to GAAP measures. With that, I would now like to turn the call over to Mr. Eric Shen.
Okay. Good morning and good evening, everyone. Welcome and thank you for joining our third quarter 2021 earnings conference call. During the third quarter, our business demonstrates resilience despite macro headwinds and the general weakness in the retail industry. We continued our efforts to execute on our merchandising strategy while refining our operations. Everything we do as a business is intended to strengthen our core competence for long-term growth. As a result, key operational metrics, including our overall user base, GMV, and ARPU, achieved year-over-year growth. Specifically, total active customers increased to 43.9 million, and the total GMV grew by 5% to RMB 40.2 billion. Our most valuable customer group continued its strong momentum during the quarter. Super VIP members grew over 40% year-over-year and contributed more than 1/3 of our total GMV. In the third quarter, we focused our strengthen our position and the value proposition as a leading discount retailer among our brand partners and customers. In line with this goal, we prioritize core brands to better match traffic and the resourcing for them, and optimize our customers' operations, especially for high-value customers, including our Super VIP members. We are happy to see some encouraging results from these initiatives. For example, during the Super Brand Day sales events in the quarter, multiple brands record higher than expected sales, with a few even hitting their highest single-day GMV in recent years. These brand partners are increasingly aware that Vipshop remains a reliable platform for them to increase sales efficiencies. As this perception is strengthened, more brands and are effectively motivated to maintain a closer relationship with us and supply Vipshop with a great variety of unique and price-competitive products. This was further evidenced in the past quarter by the solid increase in the number of SPUs and the value of merchandising, as well as improving quality of branded products available on our platform. Moving to the customer side, in the third quarter, we were more integrated in our approach to managing our existing and potential customers. We are committed to driving new customers' growth, but are now doing this in a more efficiency and effective way. We have put great emphasis on recapture inactive customers, and more importantly, become better engaged with our Super VIP members. We have seen rapid growth in our number of Super VIP members who compare to regular customers, and significantly more resilient in terms of consumption, boast higher retention rate, and generate higher ARPU. Through these consistent and sustained effects, we aim to increase our competitiveness in China's discount retail market. Going forward, we will create more business synergy by empowering our co-brand partners and optimize user experience to drive the solid quality and sustainable growth of our business. At this point, let me hand over the call to our CFO, David Cui, who will go over our financial results.
Thanks, Eric, and hello everyone. In the third quarter of 2021, our top line growth was in line with our expectations despite external challenges, thanks to the effective implementation of our merchandising strategy and refined operations. Notably, the increasing contribution of our high-value customers helped improve our overall average revenue per user. We also continued to deliver solid profitability as we had greater discipline in spending and more focused on improving operating efficiency. Looking ahead, we will continue to drive business synergies on both our merchandising and operational sides to deliver steady financial performance. Now, moving to our detailed quarterly financial highlights. Before I get started, I would like to clarify that all financial numbers presented below are in renminbi, and all the percentage changes are year-over-year changes, unless otherwise noted. Total net revenue increased by 7.5% to 24.9 billion from 23.2 billion in the prior year period, primarily driven by our growth in the average revenue per user. Gross profit was 4.8 billion as compared with 4.9 billion in the prior year period, and gross margin was 19.4% as compared with 21.1% in the prior year period. Total operating expenses was 4.2 billion as compared with 3.9 billion in the prior year period. As a percentage of the total net revenue, total operating expenses was 17.0% as compared with 16.9% in the prior year period. Fulfillment expenses was 1.6 billion and largely stayed flat as compared with the corresponding period in 2020. As a percentage of the total net revenue, fulfillment expenses decreased to 6.5% from 7.0% in the prior year period. Marketing expenses were 1.2 billion compared with 1.1 billion in the prior year period. As a percentage of the total net revenue, marketing expenses was 5.0% as compared with 4.9% in the prior year period. Technology and content expenses were 366.8 million as compared with 305.1 million in the prior year period. As a percentage of the total net revenue, technology and content expenses was 1.5% as compared with 1.3% in the prior year period. General and administrative expenses were 1.0 billion as compared with 848.6 million in the prior year period. As a percentage of the total net revenue, general and administrative expenses was 4.1% as compared with 3.7% in the prior year period. Income from operations was 770.8 million as compared with 1.2 billion in the prior year period. Operating margin was 3.1% as compared with 5.4% in the prior year period. Non-GAAP income from operations, which excluded the share-based compensation expenses and amortization of intangible assets resulting from business acquisitions, was 1.1 billion as compared with 1.5 billion in the prior year period. Non-GAAP operating margin was 4.2% as compared with 6.4% in the prior year period. Net income attributable to Vipshop shareholders was 628.4 million as compared with 1.2 billion in the prior year period. Net margin attributable to Vipshop shareholders was 2.5% as compared with 5.4% in the prior year period. Net income attributable to Vipshop shareholders per diluted ADS decreased to 0.92 from 1.80 in the prior year period. Non-GAAP net income attributable to Vipshop shareholders was 1.0 billion as compared with 1.4 billion in the prior year period. Non-GAAP net margin attributable to Vipshop shareholders was 4.1% as compared with 6.0% in the prior year period. Non-GAAP net income attributable to Vipshop shareholders per diluted ADS decreased to 1.50 from 2.01 in the prior year period. As of September 30, 2021, the company had cash and cash equivalents and restricted cash of 13.2 billion and short-term investments of 3.7 billion. Looking forward to the fourth quarter of 2021, we expect our total net revenue to be between 35.8 billion and 37.6 billion, representing a year-over-year growth rate of approximately 0% to 5%. Please note that the forecast reflects our current and preliminary view of the market and operational conditions, which is subject to change. With that, I would now like to open the call to Q&A.
Certainly, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now begin the question and answer session. If you wish to ask a question, please press star 1 on your telephone keypad and kindly wait for your name to be announced. If you wish to cancel your request, you can press the pound or hash key. Once again, it is star 1 on your telephone keypad if you wish to ask a question. Please note there might be a slight pause as we collate the questions. The first question comes from the line of Thomas Chong from Jefferies. Please go ahead.
晚上好，管理层。我这边有2个问题，第一个问题是关于 SVIP 的，就想问一下我们之后在 Q4 以及我们2022年 SVIP 的一个增长的一个情况，以及SVIP GMV 的一个增长的情况。然后我的第2个问题是想问一下，就是目前的一个市场竞争格局， 就尤其是在折扣零售业的一个竞争格局，以及我们管理层如何看待目前的一个直播电商的一个情况。So I will translate myself. So my first question is about SVIP. So how should we expect the growing trend of SVIP as well as its GMV in Q4 and next year? And my next question is about the competition landscape, especially in the discounted retail sector. So, and any thoughts on the live streaming e-commerce? Thanks.
好，我来回答一下。就 SVIP 我们其实增长，因为特别聚焦在 SVIP 上，所以 SVIP 的增长不错。我们最近看，我们这个季度是40%。我们认为其实我们最近也在持续加大对 SVIP 的投入，所以我们相信未来的这个总体的数量，包括他们的那个消费等等也会提高。那么我们相信未来的话，有可能 SVIP 的消费占我们消费应该也会超过1/3啊。那么另外呢，就是我们比如说有提供给 SVIP 更多的优惠，比如说有更多的95折的权益。那么另外呢，包括我们说的跟别的平台合作，跨界联合，那么也来推广我们的 SVIP 会员。另外呢，我们每个月有这种叫 SVIP 的会员日，另外包括我们有专门的会员店，那么专门给他们提供一些特别的精心安排的商品，那么让他们觉得有价值感。那么所以说我们其实认为，因为 SVIP 的用户的年度贡献啊，是普通用户的大概8倍到9倍，所以说我们其实也认为说，我们会长期的持续的那么照顾好我们这批 SVIP 用户和扩大我们的用户群，扩大 SVIP 的用户群体，其实对未来唯品会的那么长期的这种稳健的发展还是很有帮助。那么第二个问题是问
In terms of your question on SVIP, we have been focused on adding more SVIP members to our platform, and we've seen solid increase of over 40% in the third quarter. We will continue to improve their experiences so that more high value users could be converted into SVIP members. And you've already probably noticed that SVIP members, as compared to regular users, their ARPU and the retention rates are much higher. And in the future, we expect they will continue to contribute more to our platform, as they already accounted for over one third of our total GMV for the past quarter. In Q3, we also further expanded and optimized the SVIP membership privileges to drive the user growth. For example, we provided extra 5% off benefits, expanding to more of our core brands. We also have dedicated super VIP membership stores and also a sales day for them. And we also have cross-platform benefits, including buy one get 9 campaign together with a lot of other platforms. So we've seen a very solid growth in SVIP members, and for the foreseeable future, we will continue to expand the SVIP members, and as they contribute 8 to 9 times in terms of ARPU as compared to a regular user, we expect they will contribute more to the bottom line.
第二个问题是问就现在的竞争格局及直播的影响，对吧？那么我们自己看啊，就是现在其实在电商行业的竞争还是无比激烈。那么我们越是这样，我们越要看清楚，就是我们的定位是什么。我们自己呢，认为我们就是做品牌特卖的。那么原来是做品牌特卖起家，现在呢更要坚定的聚焦在品牌特卖上。那么包括我们自己也说，其实我们等于是线上的奥特莱斯嘛，我们要在这个方面做得更专业、更专注，另外呢给用户带来特别的价值感。 那么我们因为别的平台有别的平台的特性，但是我们相信呢，在这个方面就做线上奥特莱斯，那么其实我们说的我们在中国是有长期的存在跟发展空间的。那么包括给我们这些无数的中产阶级提供服务，那么我们认为是长远的空间很大。那么另外呢，看就是直播电商的影响，其实现在因为直播确实很火，会对现有的所有的目前的电商会拉走一些用户啊，或者拉走一些时长。但是我们相信，其实用户等于最终其实他来，不管是我们这种叫货架式电商，或者直播式电商，或者说的是一种兴趣电商，其实他最终是买一个东西。那么所以说我们其实越是目前这样的情况，我们越是觉得我们还是聚焦我们如何把品牌经营的更好，那么包括我们那个特卖的价值感更明显，包括有更多好的东西、好的商品、好的价格。那其实我们讲最终消费者也会做出正确选择。所以说我们其实说看到目前直播是有点火，但是呢我们认为说只是我们要因为我们唯品会不可能转型做直播，那么我们只能是在现有的这个我们说目前的那个整个商业模式下，我们如何把自己做得更专业更聚焦，那么反而我们认为还有长远的未来。
In terms of your question on competitive landscape, Vipshop is actually fundamentally different from other marketplace platforms. We are keenly focused on discount sale for brands, and we are tapping the potential of becoming China's online outlet. We have to be more professional and more dedicated to discount sale. We believe discount sale is a resilient and long-proved business model, and with the middle class in China increasing and their spending power growing, we believe we still have plenty of room to grow. We do notice that live streaming platforms, they do attract user traffic, but from what we've observed so far, they are more offer part of the brand's multi-channel marketing strategy that brings incremental traffic. No matter whether it's shelf-based or short video-based or content-based e-commerce, we believe it really depends on how good is your merchandise. And from the perspective of customer base, perspective of our customers, actually our customers are clearly value oriented. Vipshop brings them quality branded products with competitive price as well as hassle-free return or exchange services. In addition, not to say good brands, good quality, good pricing, good services. So we believe customers will have their awareness and make the right choice. We believe we are still leading in this discount sale for brands, this market segment, and we do have a lot of room for growth.
Thank you. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, it is star followed by the number 1 on your telephone keypad if you wish to ask a question. Once again, it is star 1 on your telephone keypad if you wish to ask a question. Please note there might be a slight pause as we collate the questions. We have the next question coming from. Kindly note there might be a slight pause as we collate the questions. We have the next question coming from the line of Bella Zhang from TH Capital. Please go ahead.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, thanks management for taking my question. I have two. My first one is about your marketing and user base. I know the marketing efforts in previous quarters were quite impressive. However, we have noticed that the number of your sponsorship in TV shows came down in this quarter. So I was wondering if you can shed some light on the marketing strategy and how that will continue to fuel the growth of your user base. And some highlights on your progress of male customer acquisition would be great. The second one is we have noticed that you established several new companies lately. It looks like that your business scope was expanded into new areas such as consumer finance, resort, and advertising, etc. So can we assume that you are stepping into new business to diverse your revenue growth? That's it. Thanks. Let me translate myself. 我有2个问题，第一个问题呢是关于你的那个营销和用户。那关于我们观察到最近的赞助少了不少，然后想问一下最近的一个营销策略和用户增长策略是不是有什么变化？具体是怎么驱动我们的增长？另外就是男用户的一个获取情况，目前的一个更新。另一个问题是关于咱们的那个有观察到最近有频繁的成立很多新的公司，业务范围也逐渐扩展到一些例如金融消费和一些广告服务等等，是不是考虑在建设新的业务领域？
好，回答第一个问题啊，就是说我们其实还是在持续投入，那么我们要获取顾客，那么但是呢，我们今年的那个获取顾客的策略有一些调整。我们原来呢是一味的追逐新顾客，但是呢我们现在也发现，就是我们历史上买过，但是呢没有，就后面又没来唯品会买的这些用户，其实我们如果获取它，获客成本是低于新客的嘛，所以说我们最近做了一些平衡调整，那么让我们的那个获取的那个效率最高。那么另外我们包括在这种剧的投放上，我们还是持续的我们，但是不是说我们说一定是在每个季度要有哪些是一定要，比如说投了多少部，倒不是，我们主要是看这个剧合不合适，这些人群合不合适，所以说我们还会在这个我们说的在这种剧的植入啊，包括剧的那种就中间的广告端啊，这些我们还会持续的。那么包括我们现在也是不断的用一些新媒体来尝试获取新客，比如说我们在 B 站啊、小红书啊、抖音等等上面，我们其实也不断的在尝试着要获取顾客。所以说这块我们总体我们认为说我们的营销其实我们说的一直跟一如既往一样的，等于我们继续要获取顾客。那么第二方面就是您问那个男用户啊，男用户我们其实看那个同比增长了3个点，那么包括我们其实在男士的比如说在体育用品方面我们做的比较强劲，也带动了这些男性用户的增长，所以说我们其实考虑到我们未来这个男性用户还是也会持续的，就是说会那个比例会升高。
Okay, to your first question on marketing strategy, we actually have been continuously investing in acquiring new users. But in the past, we have not been that efficient in new customer acquisition. Recently, we were more integrated in allocating our marketing dollars in terms of existing and potential customers, especially when we found that people that used to come to our platform and these inactive customers, actually we can spend less money to acquire them back than a new customer. So we are just trying to be more efficient and effective. In terms of TV drama sponsorships, it's not a regular thing. Not every quarter we're going to spend money on sponsorships, but we are continuing to do so depending on whether it's the right drama, a TV drama, and the right user group for us. We are also leveraging other new media formats such as Bilibili, Little Red Book, and Douyin to tap further customer acquisition channels to attract younger shoppers to our platform. In terms of the male customers, the contribution from male customers increased by actually around 3% in terms of the number of customers year-over-year. And we've seen an increasing proportion of male customers come to our platform to buy menswear, sportswear, and shoes and bags. We will continue to drive the growth of male customers.
第二个问题，他问那个就是关于开了很多新公司啊等等啊，那个我们其实包括我们最近有这种消费金融公司开业，那么其实我们是这种是比如说很早以前的我们开始申请牌照的，那么等于最近准备开业，那么包括看到一些新的公司，那这些都不是说我们最近有一些别的什么特别的新的业务产生啊。那么我们其实主力还是做我们的品牌特卖，那么我们没有说今天，那么我们说在别的方面投入太大的精力，说希望有别的业绩的增长来，比如说那个补充我们总的营收。所以说我们其实未来我们看到唯品会还是蛮简单的，就是其实线上业务跟那个少量的线下业务，但是总体都是还是聚焦在品牌特卖的这个主要行业里面。
As well as new ventures we recently established, actually for the consumer finance entity, we've long ago applied a license for that, and that entity is just opened. It doesn't mean that we're going to have new business lines. Remember, we are still keenly focused on discount sale for brands. We haven't spent too much effort on pursuing, other business. We think that discount sale for brands is a great market, and it has a lot of growth potential. We still focus on our online business as well as offline business as a complementary to our overall business.
The next question comes from the line of Gohan Wang from Daiwa. Please go ahead.
Okay, thank you for management to grant opportunity to this opportunity. I'm Gohan from Daiwa Capital on behalf of John Choi. We understand Super VIP is one of our core parts contribute substantially to our ARPU growth this quarter. Want to have a better understanding on the conversion rate from new user acquired to our VIP programs, and specific initiatives to convert these users, and also do we have additional room for ARPU improvement for SVIP? So that's my question. Thank you.
Eric 他的主要问题是说Super VIP 这个季度的转换率是怎么样的然后转换成 Super VIP 的这个用户，他的 ARPU 是否还有继续提升的空间？
对，那个我们就是目前他那个问 SVIP 的转换率是什么概念？因为我们其实比如说是我们等于假设给100个人看到说我们欢迎他加入 SVIP 嘛，那么比如说我们就是有这个固定的比例，对吧？就是这种转换，但我们好像没有统计过这种。但第二个问题我先回答，就是关于那个 SVIP 的那个 UP 呢，我们看到是后续也会持续提升的啊。就是说我们其实从最近这几年看，我们每年的 SVIP 的 UP 会提升。那么包括我们在未来，我们觉得就是说包括我们唯品会，其实除了我们的穿戴类，我们还有标品类，其实我们是完全能符合我们这些 SVIP 的。所以说我们其实希望在未来要把 SVIP 的那个整体的 UP 继续提升到更高。
Okay. In terms of question on SVIP, I'm not sure if what you mean by conversion rate, but there are a couple of numbers that I can give it to you for a reference. As compared to a regular user, SVIP retention rate and ARPU are much stronger. and their consumption pattern is much more resilient. We believe that there is still a lot of room for SVIP members to improve their ARPU, because we have seen consistently for the past several years, we see solid increases in the ARPU for SVIP members. And in addition to apparel-related categories, we can also offer them standardized products for these SVIP members. So we do see there is a lot of room for ARPU growth for SVIP members.
I can add on a little. So on our platform, we do have a considerable number of we call it high value customers, and who have higher spending frequencies and buying powers. So we were trying to convert these high value customers to our super VIP members. Of course, we do have brand new customers who become our super VIP. And while by providing targeted membership benefits and services for these people, and to improve their experience on our platform, so that more and more high value users can be converted to super VIP members. And compared to regular customers, super VIP members have much higher retention rate. So if we don't have a conversion rate, but we do have a higher retention rate, and of course, an annual ARPU is significantly higher than the regular customers. So I just want to add this. Thank you.
Thanks. Sorry. May I have a follow-up? So given more interest into new channels such as Bilibili and short videos, so from a management perspective, so which channels do we think have the highest ROI and users with a relatively longer lifetime value? As I understand that some channel users may not have strong such appetite on our discount retail models, given their incomparable user profiles. So I will translate myself. 感谢管理层的一个详细的回答。然后我们现在目前进入到了更多的一些渠道来去获客，比如说哔哩哔哩或者短视频。然后根据您目前的一些看法，就是说哪个渠道的话，就是对我们这种零售这种折扣的零售的话接受度会更高一些。然后哪些渠道的用户的话，相对来说在我们整个的一个公司 platform 的或者说生态中的一个生命周期是相对更长一些的。谢谢。
那我们现在其实就获客的主要部分，比如说还是在我们说的精准获客和那个预装手机，这是我们等于新客的两大主要组成部分。那么精准获客里面呢，就含着包括抖音啊，包括那个头条啊，包括微信啊等等啊，这种信息流啊、瀑布流啊这种。那么另外呢，我们像在比如说在 B 站上啊、小红书啊。那么我们很多其实都是我们让它曝光，比如说在 B 站给他们看个短视频，宣传唯品会的等等。那么这些呢，就有一些呢是我们可以追踪到，那么马上来产生购买的。那么有一些呢是我们让他看了第一次，未来再看加强认知。所以说呢，其实我们说的目前在这些新的平台上的，我们也在测试中。那么也发现一些渠道的效果蛮好，但是我们会结合着用。那么包括有传播品牌的作用，加上有的呢是获客的作用，我们会综合的来使用。
We still mainly rely on targeted marketing for customer acquisition, including Douyin, Toutiao, WeChat, etc. We also sponsor TV dramas and variety shows, and also pre-installation app on mobile phones. And for some innovative for some new emerging channels like Bilibili, we actually have two types of advertising. One is actually with looking for targeted transactions, and the other is trying to increase customer awareness of Vipshop. We are exploring different channels, and we will use multiple channels to acquire customers.
Thanks.
Thank you. We have the next question coming from the line of Feitong Zhang from CICC. Please go ahead.
Hi, management. It's Feitong from CICC. Thanks for taking our question. We have one question regarding to the fourth quarter guidance. How should we interpret this guidance? Is it conservative? What's the newest trend we are seeing in November and December? And my second question is regarding to the inventory trend. What is the trend of the amount of industry inventory? Is it impacted by the weak macro, so the industry has more inventories, or we experienced a shortage of supplies from overseas brands, so industry has less inventories? How would this impact our business? 那么我简单来翻译一下我的问题啊，我有两个问题。第一个问题是想问一下我们四季度的指引我们该怎么理解这次的指引？是比较保守呢，还是说是我们看到了一些这个如刚才所说的一些这个一些逆风的一些这个一些情况，所以说我们其实也没有特别保守。最新的一些这个趋势我们观察到的，在11月份和以及我们12月份的会做的大促是什么样子的？那么另外一个问题是关于库存规模的一个问题就是现在这个整个市场的库存规模是怎么样子的？是被这个比较弱的宏观所影响，所以说这个市场的这个库存规模会提高，还是说其实我们有看到海外的一些这个品牌其实也是有一个这个库存有一个这个供应短缺的一个问题然后所以说其实整个的这个市场的这个库存规模是比较低的那么这个会怎么影响我们的这个业务我就这两个问题非常感谢。
好，我先回答第一个问题，就是我们对 Q4 的指引是0到5嘛，那么显然不是很高，但是呢我们自己也看到，主要是我们觉得外部还是有不确定的情况，尤其像疫情这样的，包括我们像这次双十一大家的下单其实有很多地区因为因为疫情的原因封禁了，导致还有很多货在手里还没送出去。那么另外呢，我们整体如果要看我们最近的11月、12月的情况，我们其实11月的促销做的还是不错的，就双十一的促销做的不错的。那么包括未来的12月是唯品会的周年，所以说我们相信在未来还是会，尤其在今年冬天也比较冷，所以说我们认为说其实11、12月也不会太差吧。
So the guidance for Q4 is based on a few factors, especially the external environment is not optimistic. There are still lingering uncertainties affecting consumer sentiment, and so our guidance of 0 to 5% is apparently not high, and we have observed that. For example, during the Double 11 event, the orders placed on our platform hasn't reached to many of the places because of the resurgence of the COVID-19 cases here and there. And in terms of the Double 11 event itself, we did see some good developments, and we expect our anniversary event on December 8th to fare relatively better because autumn and winter clothing sales picked up as the temperature is getting as the weather is getting colder. So we do see some positive signs.
对，就刚刚关于四季度补充一点，就是因为我们其实在从 Q3 开始，我们开始叫聚焦重点品牌。那么另外呢，我们自己在流量分配上面也多给重点品牌。那么另外我们也淘汰掉一些很不靠谱的品牌。所以说我们其实在这种我们叫 深化改革期之间，那么有可能业绩会有一些波动，所以说我们给自己一些空间嘛。
And for the Q4 guidance, I just want to add, actually internally, we are upgrading our business strategy to focus on the core brands, the quality brands, and phase out unqualified ones. This will actually have more or less impact on our business in the short term. So we want to give ourselves some leeway to do our business.
第二个问题，他问那个库存的规模。那么我们目前看，就整体的库存规模都还 OK 啊。那么另外呢，就是其实很多品牌的，尤其是最近的线下生意，比如说 Q3、Q4 的线下生意一般般，那么他们有大量的货品需要我们来清理。那么另外呢，就是我们其实还不是只卖库存啊，因为除了帮助品牌解决他们比较头疼的库存问题，我们还有很多那个品牌给我们专供的，给我们定制的。另外呢，还有就是说，比如说在线上他们要专门给我们分货的。那么还有呢，就是说，比如说一上来在线上卖的不好，马上转下来给我们。所以说我们其实目前来看，就我们跟我们合作的这些品牌的货源呢，其实都还是蛮多的。
In terms of the inventory, we think that the current inventory in the apparel industry is okay. Actually, if you look at Q3 and Q4 with the resurgence of the COVID-19 cases, the offline business is not doing well. So they have a lot of excess inventory for us to clear. And in addition to clearing inventory for the brand partners, we also have other like made for Vipshop products customized with these brand partners. We also secure a more unique and better priced merchandise from these brand partners. So we think the inventory level is fine, and we are able to leverage our core competencies to secure more inventory from our brand partners.
Thank you, very helpful.
Thank you. We have the next question. This is coming from the line of Joyce Yu from Bank of America. Please go ahead.
Thanks management for taking the question. My question was actually regarding our offline outlet business. Just try to understand. I think in the previous quarters, our offline outlet business indeed had a quite solid growth. Just want to catch up on this quarter's growth for our outlets with our going forward CapEx plan, and also have we seen any impact from the pandemic to affect our offline traffic in these outlets? Thanks. And also with the GMV contribution and revenue contribution of those offline outlets and also our offline stores. Thank you.
I'll take on this question. Okay. So even though the COVID-19 impact in this period, and our offline businesses still grow quite good. I think it's roughly around 18% in this quarter, and the provide our offline, no, not the offline business. I mean the outlets, Shanshan outlets grows quite significantly, and then the outlets provided 6-7% of our total revenue. Yeah. Total GMV. Yeah.
And also the CapEx plan for outlets or Shanshan related.
We will continue to grow that business, and every single year we will build 2 or 3 new outlets. So we do add a couple of new outlets this year, and we'll continue to do so in the next 3-5 years. That's as we originally planned. And for each of the depends on the size of the new outlets, it does requires 5 to maybe to 800 million RMB.
Got it. Thanks.
Thanks.
Thank you. We have the next question. This is from the line of Natalie Wu from Haitong International. Please go ahead.
晚上好，谢谢沈总David 和 Jessie 来接受我的提问。那我的问题呢是关于 user cohort 的，就这个想问一下，2020年就去年新增的这个用户啊，他们的一些ARPU 啊，然后消费的习惯啊，比如说像这个更加偏好的一些这个品类或者说还有一些这个购买的一些频率啊，还有它这个流程。和这个咱们之前的这个老用户比起来是怎么样的一个情况？那我很简单的自己翻译一下了。Thanks for taking my question. And my question is regarding the user cohort. For those active customers newly acquired last year, just trying to understand if there's any difference that we can notice compared with the past branch of customers. Say pool preference, category, shopping frequency, and retention, etc. Thank you.
好，我简单说一下，就是我们那个包括那个最近的用户的这种 UP 的趋势，我们其实在今年的 Q2 那个 UP 是同比是下跌的，那么但是今年的 Q3 我们等于 UP 是同比增长。那么这说明我们其实包括在 SVIP 上的投入，包括我们说的那个我们说的让顾客买更多的好东西，那么其实起到了一些作用。那么所以说我们希望就是说未来我们长远的那个用户的 UP 其实是要增长，因为我们知道现在那个电商一些用户在电商上花的钱确实是蛮多的，那么我们也希望更多的投入到我们这里，投入到唯品会。那么另外我们看到比如说我们的用户的这个购买的整个那个就是品类方面那么我们其实最强的还是服装嘛，那么我们看到我们其实服装的占比也基本稳定。另外呢，我们今年做的不错的不是在去年今年做的不错的就体育用品，那个就是像体用的服装啊鞋子啊这些我们的增长还是蛮厉害的。那么另外呢，就像比如说像我们的用户这边，包括我们说的那个刚刚也提到过男性用户会增加，另外呢我们最近也高兴的看到一线用户的消费占比也在逐步提升。那么另外像比如说我们的那个像00后的用户增长，尤其在新客的增长中00后用户的增长也比较明显，所以说我们其实那个也是不断的去调整去优化，那么我们希望是我们等于有源源不断的好的用户持续来唯品会。好。
Okay. For the user key metrics, I think you've probably noticed that overall ARPU declined actually 7% in Q2, but managed to return to positive territory in Q3 because we continue to invest in growing our Super VIP members as well as their spending power. We've seen a continued increase in every metric for Super VIP members. And we do believe that there is a lot of room for us to grow ARPU going forward. In terms of shopping preferences, actually apparel is still the most preferred category for most of consumers. Its contribution stays relatively stable. We've also seen very good momentum in sportswear and shoes. In terms of user mix, Actually, we've seen, I just mentioned, we've seen increasing contribution from male customers as well as from tier 1 cities, as well as from people in their 20s. Also, we do see very good momentum in growing our customers, and we believe that we'll be able to continue to expand our customer base.
And how about the retention? 这个想了解去年新增的这些用户的留存怎么样？
我们等于去年新增的留存都基本稳定啊，就没有这里没有太大的变化。
Retention rates, retention rates for newly added customers for the past year remains relatively stable.
Got it. Thank you.
Thank you. Due to time constraints, that concludes today's question and answer session. At this time, I will turn the conference back to Jessie for any closing remarks. Please take over.
Thank you for taking the time to join us today. If you have any questions or follow-up, please don't hesitate to contact me. We look forward to speaking with you next quarter.